Y'all doing good, Lexington? Yeah. Cool. All right, hang on, I got a cough drop. I got to get out of here. Sorry. So I'm going to name drop, and Paul McCartney told me never be a name dropper. But Glenn Campbell told me if you ever get a little tickle in your throat, go up with a cough drop, because he'll do that. He'd go up there and sing with a cough drop, and he's a liar. Maybe you can sing with it. I can't. I got a good Glenn Campbell story. If you don't know who Glenn Campbell is, he was the Justin Timberlake of his generation. Okay? He had his own TV show. He did movies, the top 10 number one hits, all that stuff. And so Glenn and I were doing a show for the International Poetry Society. Yeah. And so we're on our way to the gig in the car, and he looks at me and goes, "Hey, Henry, you going to do some chicken jokes?" And I go, "No, Glenn, you do all the chicken jokes you want to do." He goes, "Really? Because I got a couple chicken jokes." I go, "Yeah, you do the chicken jokes. I'm going to leave them to you." So I do my set, and Glenn goes out there, starts telling chicken jokes. And everybody's just staring at him. And he looks stage left at me, and I go, "Poetry, not poultry." His manager was right next to me going, "Did you know that the whole time?" Yeah. He goes, "And you usually let it just happen?" Yeah, I'm a pro. And when you have kids, she'll be able to find everything they can't. I don't know when it happens. I'll never get this. Jackson, my oldest, was a little boy, and he had a DS, little gamer, right? He left it in my truck. My truck's not dirty. It's not in my truck. So we walk in, I look at my wife, I go, "It's not in there." My wife's like, "Let me go look." I'm like, "Well, go look." No, she was already outside when I said that. I'm not stupid. She came back in 30 seconds. "It's right there." Hands it to Jackson, walks off. He looks at me and goes, "How does she do that?" I'm like, "Well, your mom's a witch." You ever seen your mom float? Witches can't float. Your mom's a witch. He goes, "She can find everything except her own cell phone." Are y'all one of those? Yeah, my wife, it's unbelievable how many times I got to ping my wife's phone. I get a text. I'll be 8 states away from her. I get a text from her friend. "Can you ping your wife's phone?" I'm like, "No." Newly married, engaged folks? Anybody? Newly married, engaged? Yeah? All right, you're not excited. Newly married or engaged? Newly married. Newly married. How long you been married? A year. A year? Almost. So, 11 months? Last November. That's how guys keep track of time. It was hot when we got married. It's getting hot again. About a year. You could have done yours by Thanksgiving, man. I don't know. So you've been married 7 months-ish. Okay, that's not even close to a year. Just don't ever make that mistake the rest of your life. She's giving you, hey, she'll give you, see, you get a pass. She's over there tapping you on your shoulder. You know why? You've been married less than a year. The first year doesn't count. It's fake. No, because you don't care. Everything's so good. See, she's like, "Oh, that's okay, honey." No. Year 2 on, ain't going to happen. One is going to snap. Year 2 on. Right now, you still like each other. Y'all can do whatever, and you're still going to like what each other cooks or does. It's, "Oh, yeah, that's fine. You bought that. Yeah, whatever." Year 2 on, no. One is going to snap. Year 2 on. You'll be eating breakfast. And one of you's going to go, "I hate Lionel Richie." And you're like going, what's that all about? "I hate him." All right, then your music changes from then on. So don't let her trick you. Every woman tricks us.
Oh, you do? First year my wife and I were married, we went to bed together. She looked fantastic. Year 2 on, looks like she's going to race the Iditarod. Wears hunting socks and Uggs to bed. Haven't seen her feet in 22 years. Mark my words, sir, year 2 on, you hear yourself saying stuff like, wow, new sweats? I love gray. Yeah, put the hood on, go in the bed of the Unabomber. Yeah, come on. Only advice I want to give you, people say never go to bed angry. Have you heard that? Yeah, they say never go to bed mad. But I'm telling you, sometimes you just gotta sleep. Next day, my wife's still mad, but I'm rested to handle the day. If my wife would figure out that I don't care about 95% of the stuff she cares about, our lives would be so much smoother. The other day, I was watching a ball game. She walks in, she grabs the remote, she pauses a DVR. She goes, hey, Henry, you like these curtains? I said, yes. Well, what do you like about them? No. One of those makes you leave, right? I don't care. You got married, so work at it, okay? Fight for it. It's not easy. 53 will tell you, 52, 57 will tell you it's work. Marriage is like a job. You clock in, and you never get to clock out. There are no vacation days. There's no workers' comp. Your boss stays the same. Now, you can get a new boss, but that'll cost you.
It's good to be here, North Georgia, like I said. Great town y'all got here. It's been great when they finish. They're not done, right? I'm kidding. It's a great town. We went to the Farm and Fork. Is that it? Yeah, whatever. Ground to the table. Farm to Fork. Yeah, they serve pizza. So I went to go pick it up, and I said, where in the Farm to Fork did this happen? Well, it's a new item. Because the other Farm to Fork items weren't doing well? Not really. So you're going to be a pizza joint next year? Probably. But we've been here 3 hours. We got in early, so we've seen it all. Twice. I'm kidding. It's a great town. Y'all are great. It's smart to be here because, no one knows you're here, really. Because you just drive right by. Really. If I didn't know I was stopping here, on to Chattanooga. But y'all can go to Chattanooga, and how far is that? 20 miles? 20. I'm sorry. You came from Chattanooga. Okay. You came from Chattanooga to see me? Yeah. 20 whole miles. Yeah. Thank you for coming to Chattanooga. I'm sorry, you're still talking. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, this isn't TV. I can hear you. Go ahead. So, I know you do that at your shows all the time. You're watching your stories. Get out of that room! So ring gold. You're right in the middle of nowhere and Chattanooga. So it is. It's great. Because, we were coming here, and it's like, Alex is like, where's Ringgold? I go, I don't know, man. Just go. You'll see a sign. Get off. And it's right there. He goes, do I have to go left or right? I go, I don't know. It's right there, man. You're coming the other way, it's still right there. So it's Ringgold. Make sure you gold. Because they get upset. You say Ringgold. Y'all don't like that. Anyway, so we've been here a little bit. It's funny, when we booked this, my agents, they're in L.A., and they're like, you flying to Ringgold? Yeah, I'm going to chop her right in, pal. It's grab a crop duster, and I'll be right there. No, I love coming to towns like this. I do, because y'all are the best people in the world, and no one knows that. So I'm here to. I appreciate y'all showing up. Seriously, yeah, you got better things to do. I do too, but we're here. I'm a lucky traveler too. I figured this out years ago. I was the last plane out of Bangor, Maine, right before that big blizzard. Last plane out. Before that, I was the last plane out of New Orleans, right before Katrina. More recently, last plane out of Tampa, right before Irma. Wow. So just so y'all know, I'm leaving here tomorrow. There's your heads up. I'd get the plants inside. People in Maine were freaking out about the snow. I'm like, you live in Maine, man. They have those goofy winter sports up there. The Winter Olympics has my favorite sport. They have that biathlon. You know that one where they cross-country ski and then shoot a rifle? That's too easy to win in my book. Imagine you're in third place, but you have 2 bullets left. You're a little slow with math over here, huh? And you're Asian. What's up with that? Snow, man. Whew, I took a chance. I could take a chance coming here this late in the year. They could have predicted snow tonight. Y'all wouldn't be here. We freak out, man. Just run to the store and load up. Lord knows, you'll be snowed in for at least a day. Next day it melts, you got 14 loaves of bread. You're walking around. Anybody want a sandwich? Toast? Cinnamon toast? Nutella and toast? Anybody?
Some marriages don't end with shouting. Mine ended with a grocery list. I found it on the kitchen counter the morning everything changed. Milk, eggs, dry cleaning, and underneath, in Rachel's small looping handwriting, a name that wasn't mine. Not written as an accusation. Just a reminder to herself. Call D. Re. Thursday. I stood there with my coffee going cold and told myself it was nothing. A coworker, a client, a cousin even. That's the thing about the mind when it isn't ready to know something. It will build you an entire alibi out of nothing but hope. Rachel and I had been married 9 years. We ran a small bakery together in the part of town where everyone still knew each other's names. And for most of those 9 years, I would have told you, without hesitation, that we were happy. Lately, though, happy had started to feel like a word we used out of habit rather than truth. She'd started taking calls in the car. She'd started remembering evening errands only after I'd already made dinner. She'd started coming home smelling of a coffee shop 3 miles from anywhere she needed to be. I am, by nature, a patient man. I fix engines for a living. I've spent my whole career learning that you don't rip a car apart because it's making an odd noise. You listen. You isolate the sound. You find the actual problem before you start replacing parts. So that's what I did with my marriage. I listened. The proof, when it came, wasn't dramatic. It was almost administrative. A calendar app she forgot was still synced to our shared tablet. A hotel confirmation email that flashed briefly on the screen before she swiped it away. A receipt for 2 dinners on a night she told me she was working late alone. None of it was a smoking gun by itself. All of it together was an unmistakable shape. I didn't confront her in the kitchen. I didn't throw anything, didn't raise my voice, didn't even let my hands shake, though God knows they wanted to. Instead, I did something that surprised even me. I got quiet. Quieter than I'd been in years. I kept making her coffee in the morning. I kept asking about her day. And underneath all of it, I started paying attention the way you pay attention to a bakery oven that's running 10 degrees hot, carefully and with a plan. I want to be clear about something because this is the part of the story people usually get wrong. What I did next wasn't about punishing her for loving someone else, or for falling out of love with me. People's hearts do what they do, and as much as it gutted me, I understood that some part of a marriage ending isn't anyone's fault. What I couldn't let go of, what changed something permanent in me, was the lying, the elaborate, sustained architecture of it. The fact that she'd let me keep loving her out loud while she was quietly building an exit I wasn't allowed to see. So I stopped trying to catch her in the act and started documenting instead. Screenshots. Dates. The name D turned out to belong to a supplier's regional rep, a man named Daniel who'd been in and out of our bakery for over a year charming everyone, including, apparently, my wife. I didn't call him. I didn't need to. I wasn't interested in a confrontation with him. He wasn't the one who'd made vows to me. What I did instead was quieter and, in its own way, harder. I met with a lawyer and learned exactly where I stood, financially and legally, before I said a single word to Rachel about what I knew. I moved nothing dramatically, no draining of accounts, no locking her out of the house, but I made sure that whatever came next, I wouldn't be negotiating from a position of surprise. I'd spent years letting her handle the business side of the bakery because she was better with numbers. Now I actually read every statement, every ledger, every joint account transaction, and in doing so I found something else uncomfortable. Money moving in small, unexplained amounts to cover things that had nothing to do with flour or rent. That discovery took the ache in my chest and turned it into something colder and more useful, clarity. When I finally sat her down, it wasn't an ambush. I told her plainly what I knew, showed her what I had, and asked her once whether she wanted to tell me the truth herself before I said another word. To her credit, she didn't insult me with more lies. She cried. She said she'd felt invisible, that the bakery had swallowed us both, that Daniel had made her feel seen in a way she couldn't explain. I believe some of that was true. I also believe it didn't matter. Not for the purposes of what came next. I asked her to move out. Not out of cruelty, but because I needed a version of my life that wasn't built around managing someone else's secrets. She left with 2 suitcases and a version of dignity that surprised me. She didn't fight, didn't beg, didn't try to rewrite what had happened. Maybe some part of her was relieved not to be performing anymore. The weeks after were the hardest of my life, and I won't pretend otherwise. I kept the bakery running because 200 regular customers a day don't care about your heartbreak, and honestly, the predictable rhythm of proofing dough and pulling loaves at 5 a.m. probably saved me. There is something deeply steadying about work that has clear, physical results. A loaf either rises or it doesn't. Nothing about that process lies to you. I didn't tell our mutual friends everything at once. I didn't need to stage a public reckoning or turn the divorce into a performance for sympathy. What I did do was simple. Whenever someone asked what happened, I told the truth, briefly and without embellishment. No speeches, no villain monologue. Just facts, offered once, and then I moved on with my day. It turns out that's often more damaging to a person's reputation than any dramatic confrontation could be. The calm, unembellished truth, repeated only when asked, spreading slowly on its own. The business side worked itself out through lawyers, the way these things do. Rachel and I split what needed splitting. I kept the bakery. She didn't want it anymore, and honestly, I think some part of her associated it with the version of herself she was trying to leave behind. Daniel's company, when they learned the affair had involved falsified expense claims tied to bakery supply meetings, quietly reassigned his territory. I didn't orchestrate that, I simply answered the questions their internal audit team asked me when they came calling about supplier records. The truth did the rest. Almost a year later, Rachel reached out and asked to meet. I said yes, mostly out of curiosity about what closure might actually feel like. We sat in a coffee shop, neither of us performing anything anymore. She apologized, really apologized, not the kind wrapped in excuses. I told her I accepted it, and I meant it because holding on to anger past its usefulness is its own kind of self-harm. Do you hate me? She asked near the end. No, I told her. But I don't trust easily anymore, and that's the part one can't hand back to you. That part's just gone. She nodded like she understood because she did. I won't tell you my life bloomed into something perfect afterward. That's not how rebuilding works. Some mornings I still reached for a phone to tell her something funny that happened at the shop before remembering there was no one on the other end of that impulse anymore. But slowly, the bakery grew. I hired a new manager, expanded the menu, started teaching a Saturday class for teenagers from the community center down the street. I dated cautiously, eventually seriously, with someone who valued honesty enough to over-communicate rather than under-communicate, which after everything, felt like its own kind of luxury. What I learned, in the end, wasn't really about Rachel or Daniel or betrayal at all. It was about the difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is loud and immediate and feels satisfying for about 10 minutes. Responding is slower, quieter, and far more durable. It's the difference between slamming an oven door and actually fixing the thermostat. I didn't set out to get revenge. I set out to stop being lied to, and to make sure that whatever happened next, it happened with my eyes open and my hands steady. Somewhere in that process, without really planning it, I got my life back. Sturdier, plainer, and entirely my own. That, it turns out, was the only revenge that ever mattered.